suffering to the bigger family, also to the labor got shot. And to the community of Bloomington and Mall of America, also apologize for my mom and my family. After I was 18, I fully developed to really understand the impact of my actions. I know and understand what I did was wrong, but I accept full responsibility for my actions. I was saying I'm sorry, but saying I'm sorry is not only what I done. I was influenced by false friend movies, music, and video games, but I cannot take back my action. I truly apologize for my actions.
Thank you, Mr. Adams-Wright. So let me start by expressing my sympathies, my condolences for, as Mr. Hudson's aunt described it, the crushing grief you have to live with every day. I can't wrap my head around this. No one who hasn't gone through what you're going through can. All I can do is acknowledge it. The pain, and it doesn't go away. And I understand that, and I'm truly sorry. I want to at least acknowledge the comment that family members made. I agree with it. It is remarkable that only 2 of the people who are involved in this matter will end up in front of adult courts. I think that's unfortunate because it fails to recognize, and this I need you to hear, Mr. Adams-Wright, that the criminal justice system must take into account personal characteristics of the person who's in front of them. And I acknowledge you're young. But the criminal justice system also exists to punish people when they do bad things. And we forget that as a system at our peril. In crafting a sentence today, I take into account the remarkable circumstances of, in the middle of a holiday rush in a major retailer or a retail establishment, Mr. Wright, you and several others decided to hunt someone down and execute him. And we've all seen that tape. And there can be no other definition of what happened that day. And your recitation of acting in self-defense that day, you weren't. You participated in a group of people who killed someone. And it is as simple as that. And the sooner you wrap your head around that and understand that and acknowledge that, the better off you'll be. I do, I did make the findings, and I'll repeat them, that it was a group of 3 or more. You put a whole lot of other people in harm's way in addition to the guy that you killed. One of them was struck by a bullet, and there were children and loads of folks that deserve to be nowhere close to any of this that you were involved in. So, taking that all into account, and taking into account your age, I've arrived at the following. Sir, you've entered a plea of guilty to murder in the 2nd degree. You've also entered a plea of guilty to assault in the 2nd degree. You've told me enough for me to believe you're guilty of those offenses, so I accept your plea of guilty. I adjudicate you guilty on both of those crimes. And starting with count 1, murder in the 2nd degree, I sentence you to custody of the Commissioner of Corrections for a period of 367 months. Against that sentence, you are entitled to credit for 524 days. Restitution is reserved for 45 days. $50 fine, $75 search. And $3 library fee to be taken from prison earnings. You may never possess, use, transport firearms or ammunition or explosives for the remainder of your life. If you have not already done so, you must provide a DNA sample. As to the 2nd degree assault, that person has suffered a real harm in this. take a moment away from anything that the family of the deceased has told me. But I acknowledge at the same time that poor person had nothing to do with any of this and still took a bullet. So as to that sentence, I sentence you to the custody Commissioner of Corrections for a period of 6 months as provided by law. What I am doing today, however, I'll be frank, it is acknowledging your age, is making that sentence concurrent. So your sentence is 30 years and 7 months. No. So that is to be executed forthwith. Is there anything else for the record?
Restitution. Please stay.
I did.
Thank you.
Thank you. This here.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Love you, thank you.